All right, so we were on question 29. We have identified, someone is raising his or her hand there. All right. Is anything the issue, please?
No.
All right, all right. Okay, so we were on question 29 and we already identified Santa Cruz here, a team of 30 psychological scientists, anthropologists, blah, blah, blah. So what they did, they played a recording to so many people from this part of the world. They were asked if they were asked whether they thought the people laughing were friends or strangers. So on the average, the result was particularly consistent, okay? 60% of people guessed right, okay? Now the question was, what makes this study particularly significant? What is significant about it? All right, so let's look at the options. The various different types of laughter that were studied. Is that what made it significant?
No.
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, the similar result produced by a wide range of cultures, is that what makes it significant?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Okay,
no.
yes and no,
Yes.
yes and no, okay. The number of different academic disciplines involved, yes and no, I know, it's yes and no. The many kinds of people whose laughter was recorded, okay.
No.
Okay, so once you have a question like this, it says particularly significant. All right. So look at that word and focus on it. There were so many researchers on that team. Yes, we agree. Okay. Let me mute everybody. There were so many researchers. There were so many respondents as well, okay? But what makes this study, because all of them cannot be right, they were just telling us this thing. So now let's look at here where we have something similar to this significant, okay? So on the average, the results were remarkably consistent, okay? Worldwide, people's guesses were correct approximately 60 of the time. So this is enough to make a study to be significant. Once your study is consistent, we talk about the reproducibility of your study, the significance of your study, you understand? Assuming a lot of people, it's just a guesswork and all that, it's not, they're saying different things. Indian says different things. People from New Guinea say different things. People from Europe say different things. So that study will not be significant. But because of the consistency, all right? So leaving us with the different types of laughter that were studied, no. Similar result produced by a wide range of cultures, okay? So this is the thing that is significant about this study. Every other thing, you could have so many researchers coming, you could have 1001 laughter recorded, but the essence of your study is that it can be reproduced and it's consistent, you know, when done in different places. Okay, so that is that. Let me clear all these and move on to question 30. Question 30 says, which of the following happened in San Diego study? Which of the following happened in San Diego study? So now we have in San Diego study, okay, this is it. Now, researchers have also found that different types of laughter serve as codes to complex human social hierarchies. Okay, this is what they find out, social hierarchies. Now, the team led by San Diego found that you need to listen, you need to follow me on this. Now, high status individuals had different laughs from low status individual, okay? So they found that high status individual have different laughs from low status individuals, okay? And strangers' judgment of an individual's social status were influenced by the dominant or submissive quality of their laughter. All right, you need to understand what they find out is that people, there is a contrast between how high status individual, how their laughter sound, okay, from those of lower status. Likewise, the strangers could guess the social status of whosoever is laughing from whether they produce a dominant or a submissive quality of laughter. All right, that is all we have read. So in this study, blah, 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 48 male college students were randomly assigned to a group of 4, with each group composed of 2 low status members, okay? Hold on. So 2 consist of 2 low status members who had just joined their college group fraternity and 2 high status members. Other students who had been, that is the criteria for the study. Now, laughter was recorded as each, let me highlight this. La, 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 la. So laughter was recorded as each student took a turn at being teased by the others, involving the use of mildly insulting lateness. So analysis revealed that, as expected, okay, high status individual produce more dominant laughs, okay, and fewer submissive laughs. Relative, now that is point number 1, relative to the low status individual. So low status individuals didn't produce consistent type of laughter. So that's what that means. So meanwhile, low status individuals were more likely to change their laughter based on their position of power. Okay, and they gave an example of that. So, but I will limit so that I don't take this screen away. So now, which of the following happened in San Diego's study? All right, so what happened? Some participants were upset. We haven't read anything like that. Participants exchanged roles. Participants who had not met before became friends. We haven't read about that. Some participants were unable to laugh. We haven't read about that. Oh my God. So participants exchange roles. Now you can see that that passage, that paragraph is so full of information, which we are likely going to need. We are likely going to need when answering other questions, okay? But what is most important and relative to this question 30 is laughter was recorded as each student took a turn, okay? Each student took a turn, all right? Leaving us with these are the answers. So remember, MCQ is not about the central message of the passage. It's just about there is an information. Among these 4, there is one information produced in the passage, in the paragraph, and that's what you are looking for, okay? So I'm going to clear that. I'll move on to the last question under this question type for today. So in the 5th paragraph, what did the result of the San Diego study suggest? So in the 5th paragraph, hold on. All right. So the 5th paragraph, still talking about San Diego. Now it now says suggestion. So what was his suggestion Okay. All right. So this is the 5th paragraph. All right. Which is a continuation of that San Diego study. Now we are looking for suggestion. If you are looking for suggestion, most of the time you find it probably at the end with going by IELTS way of writing their essays. So we'll quickly find out here. So a group of random volunteers. So a random group of volunteers then listen to an equal number of dominant and submissive laugh from both high and low status individuals, and were asked to estimate the social status, okay, of these people. So they move on, they played the voice note, the laughter for different people and asked them, okay, in line with prediction, laughter producing dominant laughs were perceived to be significantly higher in status than laughter producing submissive laughs. Okay, so this was particularly true for low status individuals who were rated as significantly higher in status when displaying a dominant versus submissive laugh. Now, what that place is saying is that they played to different individuals, random group of people. So they gave them equal number of dominant and submissive laughs. Okay. So the major point here is whether they gave them dominant and submissive laugh. Okay. They now said, okay, from this laughter you have listened to, which one is from, can you guess the social status of this person as being high or low? All right. So now, those producing dominant laughs were perceived to be significantly higher in status than laughter producing. I hope you understand that. This was particularly true, blah, blah, blah. Now, thus, by strategically displaying more dominant laughter when the context allows, low status individual may achieve higher status in the eye of others. Okay? If they strategically produce more of dominant type of laughter, they can increase their or improve their status in the eyes of others. However, high status individuals were rated as high status whether they produce their natural dominant or try to do a submissive one. Wow. Wow. So now let's look at the option. It is clear. I want you to answer this question. I want you to read through. So even if I may have to end it, then we go to yes, no, not given, okay? But I want you to respond to this question 31. Okay.
Sir, it's tiny, sir.
Yes?
It's tiny. We can't see very well.
Really? Oh, you can, if you're on phone, you can actually
Zoom it.
you can
Can
actually
you please remove the screen? Your screen is blocking what the write-up. I'm seeing it clearly.
Oh Jesus.
Everything is clear here. Please, can you remove your screen?
Everything is
There
clear.
is a small.
All
You
right,
don't have to remove it.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let me see. There's nothing different from what I've done earlier on.
The screen is very perfect, sir. The person should only probably rotate our phone so that she can view it very well.
Landscape and view very well. All right. All right. So I want you to respond to this question 31. Read it through and let's see what the answer is. So options are, it is clear whether a dominant laugh is produced by a high or low status person. Low status individual. At this time, just type it in the, just chat to everyone or to myself your answer to question 31. Okay. I'll be waiting for that. Okay, I'm already receiving responses. So I've received different answers, so I'll just move on now, okay? So while you are doing that, so now let's look at option A. Option A. It is clear whether a dominant laugh is produced by a high or low status person. Low status individuals in a position of power. So now looking at the options, I know it's more of the low status, the guess of people, so that I know what to go back and look for. Now, the low status individual in a position of power will still produce submissive laughs. No, you remember they said the people guess them wrong when they use a dominant laughter, okay? So this is totally wrong. It is clear whether a dominant laugh is produced by a high or low. No, no. So the submissive laughs of low and high status individuals are surprisingly similar. This was not mentioned in the passage. Anyway, high status individuals can always be identified by their way of laughing. All right, so let me look at other options that people have. Yeah. Most people chose D. Most people chose D. So we'll look at where the answer is from. Now, high status individuals were rated as high status whether they produced a natural dominant laugh or tried to do a submissive one. So that is the key to the answer. Okay? Whether they used dominant or submissive, people were still able to identify them status individual. So it wasn't clear. A is not it, B is not it, C is not it. There was no similarity there at all. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to end this meeting again. Sorry about that. So we can look at yes, no, not given section of this passage. All right. See you shortly.